Let me ask Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad first. Mr. Prasad, purely as a former law minister, as a senior lawyer yourself, when you look at Afzal Guru's case, many would say now it's of course history. He's been hanged, but is there an important lesson to be learned about what constitutes rarest of rare based on this judgment? Because the same Supreme Court that upheld his death penalty said that talked about circumstantial evidence. It did not talk about concrete evidence. It also talked about the collective conscience of society. Should we execute people based on judgments like that?
There are two issues, Nidhi. One is the legal implications relating to capital punishment, and one relates to the specific case of Afzal Guru. Let me address both the issues. Before 1956, under the CRPC, there was a provision that if you don't give capital punishment in the case of a murder under section 302 of the IPC, you have to give reasons. It was amended. And thereafter, pursuant to a Law Commission report and the Parliamentary Joint Committee report, under section 354 of the CRPC, clause 3 has been added that if you give death penalty, you have to give special reasons. Therefore, that particular provision is there. Now, capital punishment as a way of awarding punishment in case of death has been held to be constitutionally valid way back in 1973, reiterated in 1983, and about dozens of judgments subsequently in rare of the rarest cases. Now, the rarer of rarest cases have been reiterated from time to time, highly aggravating circumstances, the nature of crime, the way of its execution, its impact on society. And if I can quote Mr. Krishna Iyer in his case of Rajendra Singh's of 1979, he was known to be a pro-human right activist. A person can be swung off his corporeal existence if his crime is against the society, against the country, and is against the general public. He also gave that exception. Now, that is a very fundamental issue which you need to understand, Nidhi, that in law, the discretion is there. Take the case of criminal breach of trust. If it is by public servant, the punishment from 10 years to life imprisonment. The judge can give that. In case of murder, not amounting to culpable homicide,
Prasad, my question though is when the court says the evidence is circumstantial, it may be strong circumstantial evidence, but the word circumstantial is a key here.
Let me clarify. Yeah. I'll be grateful
and
if you give me a chance,
collective conscience of society.
Yes. I'll come to that. Now, in case of Mr. Afzal Guru, there have been 7 circumstances considered against him. He identified the bodies. He signed the post-mortem. The assailant from Pakistan talked to him before the exact crime at least 3 times on his mobile phone. He arranged for his stay in Delhi. He purchased material from them, including mobile phone, including chemical for explosive, and all those shopkeepers identified him. You please go through the judgment. I'm sorry to say a campaign is there. 7-8 materials have been considered in close to 45 paragraphs, which come to the clear conclusion of he was being a part of conspiracy. His laptop in his truck which he came from Srinagar. All these are circumstances. Thereafter they hold him guilty as a part of conspiracy, as a principal accused in conspiracy for the dastardly attack on Parliament.
Let me ask
and then they come to the punishment of capital punishment.
Okay, so Kamini
you cannot segregate the two.
Okay, but Kamini Jaiswal, do we have to be absolutely 100% damn sure before we hang somebody? Or do you think that this judgment left an iota of doubt?
When you hang somebody, you have to be absolutely dead sure, because it is an irreversible situation. And it's very funny, he's talking of the laptop. How come Mr. Afzal Guru from his laptop wiped off everything except the sticker and all those, incriminating evidence? Was he such a fool? If he's supposed to be such a hardened criminal in part of such a big large, he carries the laptop to there just to be caught by the police from Srinagar. And number 2, who went around looking for the collective conscience? What is the collective conscience of the people? If you ask for the the people are so much against politicians that collective conscience could be anything. What collective conscience are we talking about? I mean, collective, we come out as a bloodthirsty nation. By this kind of a collective conscience wanting the blood of somebody who's only convicted on the basis of circumstantial evidence, we come out as a bloodthirsty nation, which I'm sure the land of Gandhi is not.